Some of you have no tact. Some of you can't take time out to put a penis to the side. Now, I've sat back over the years and done my commentaries, and people ask me to talk about certain subjects, and I've said, this ain't the right time right now. And just step back and give some people some space until they do something that just completely just beyond the pale. Now, I've never been a Kobe fan in the traditional sense because I used to always think that his game resembled too much of Mike. But then I thought about it one day and I said, we all emulated Mike when we played ball, even I to a certain degree. But the only one that's come close to mimicking and close to catching Mike is Kobe Bryant. It takes a lot of talent because the things that Michael Jordan did on court was amazing. The thing Kobe did on court was amazing. Now when you talk about off-court things, it's been criticism. And I still say this day that Michael Jordan should be criticized more than anybody because he the one that created a lot of what we see in the current NBA as far as contracts, endorsements, and things of that nature. Because back in the late 80s and 90s, into the 90s, even into the 2000s, even today, Michael's voice, he still carries a lot of weight. Now, as I said in my other video, I won't go back and be slamming Kobe for what he said because I've started to see some things that have come out since he died, or even right before he died, that made me start saying, maybe I didn't have the whole picture, but especially now since he's dead and they're revealing things about Kobe, I'm like, okay, I see what you can see now. And I get it. A lot of our brothers and sisters had to play the game. Now, some of us feel we don't have to, some of us don't. But I guess when you're making that kind of money and you at that in the public eye the way you are, and considering that he was almost set up and could have lost everything, he probably did a gunshot. And I get when he didn't want to get into too deep in the woods with certain things. Now, I get it. I may not also necessarily agree with it, but I get it. But my problem is that I'm starting to see some of our women let the trolls and the white supremacists manipulate them into a conversation that I think is ill-timed. Look, Kobe Bryant's widow is not white. I don't know why black people insist on calling so-called Hispanics. That was a term created in the Nixon administration. Look it up. Or the term Latin. Y'all start classifying them as white. If you guys have been paying attention in school, or at least in your community, using your eyes and ears, you know that the so-called Latino or Hispanic, the so-called Arab, the so-called Asian, the so-called Italian, the so-called Greek, even the so-called Russian, the certain characteristics and things culturally, even the stuff that we do now as Black Americans, come from us. We are the first. Everybody walk this planet are a copy of us. This is why a lot of us get a lot of hatred. And a lot of people don't know they've internalized on a subconscious level now. But my thing is, for the last 50-something years, Black men and boys have been yelled to the Black female. Not all, because now all of our sisters have this mindset. Stop standing with white supremacy. Stop giving them numbers. Stop making them seem like they're better than. Kobe Bryant and his daughter were killed in a tragic accident right along with 7 other people. Y'all bringing up about Kobe married to a non-Black woman. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. This is the wrong time to have this discussion. Y'all criticizing Kobe in death, but y'all won't criticize Oprah in life. One of the sites is defending a white woman that said nigger on cable television. And they gave a bogus ass insulting apology. Gabrielle Union wants black men to stand with her, but she helped destroy a black man's reputation and career. There are black women on TV and commercials doing shows with white men kissing on them, having graphic sex scenes, and black men heads ain't explode. Y'all keep pushing this narrative that black men and white women are cahoots. How many stories do you have to hear, certain incidents to hear to understand that that's not true? Odell Beckham Jr. came under criticism from Amy Schumer and Leah Dunham about 2 years ago because he didn't throw his penis in their direction. They bought, even though they supposed to have boyfriends or friends and benefits, they wanted this dude to play into the stereotype. They bought into this thing that black men, anything white, brothers supposed to obsess over. That's not true. If we see an attractive woman, whether it's a black woman or a white woman, whatever, we acknowledge it. We may not act on it. And a lot of times we don't even think about sex with you, with them. But the moment of a brother says, oh, she looks nice, there you go. Now, like I said, I have criticisms of Kobe, but I said now's not the time to dwell on those things. The man is not here to defend himself. And for those brothers and sisters, and mostly sisters, doing this, y'all giving cover to white supremacy. Here it is, they bring up something that was disproven 16, 17 years ago. The man and his daughter, they didn't even complete the autopsy. And as far as we know, their remains may still be up there. They showed video that if y'all been seeing a bogus video going around, and see, tell how dumb some of y'all are. That crash that y'all see on social media, that's not Kobe's helicopter. If anybody got eyes and ears, you know that's someplace else, the Grand Canyon Mountains. Okay, number one. Number two, they do have people that got video of the actual helicopter flying over, but it didn't show any signs of despair. They do have video of the fire, and it was intense. So one would assume, they say it was mercury up there. More than likely, Kobe and his daughter may not be having an open casket. I'm just being honest with you. So just imagine if you Kobe's now widow, or you his three surviving children, the 17-year-old could comprehend what's going on. And they watching TV and TMZ breaks that Kobe Bryant and your sister is dead. Then let law enforcement get proper notification. Now you got people bringing up his past. Now you got black men, some black men, but you got a large number of black women out here joining white women talking about the alleged rape, or he wasn't down for the community. This is the wrong time to have that conversation, ladies. Y'all do not do that when white men get caught up in something when they die. Matter of fact, no black person does that. We might talk among our friends and family. We might bring it up months or weeks later, but we don't do it at 10, 15, 20 minutes or hours just after the person's death. We don't do that. When Sandy Hook happened, black men and black women across America went on social media crying and praying for the victims. And I remember calling out people, and they're like, why are y'all doing this? When we die, people join in and make fun of us. We stop nitpicking their shortcomings and stuff. But when they die, but then I realized, a lot of us don't realize, a lot of us got a hybrid Negro mentality. And I told y'all what the hybrid Negro means, what it is: part field, part house. You talk all that stuff when you got you in the field, but then you got the house Negro mentality. And they both merge, and people can't tell which is which at times. I was watching DLG cry about Kobe, talking about we shouldn't bring up this. Wait a minute, hold on. Weren't y'all out there throwing Cosmo in the bus, bring up alleged incidents, rumored things, or bring up y'all interactions? We saw what they did to Michael Jackson last year. Oprah Winfrey gave him cover, just like she gave him cover of Chris Brown. I've been saying for years, stop allowing people to manipulate y'all into just destroying our character or jumping on these bandwagons. Now, if y'all was consistent across the board, I wouldn't say anything. I said, well, sisters are consistent across the board. White women are consistent across the board. I wouldn't say a word. But right now, the time of bashing this man is not. It looks bad. It looks really bad. And for those black women out here thinking they getting even because he wasn't married to a black woman, Vanessa is not a white woman. I'm not gonna say, well, hurry, she ain't black. She closer to blackness than she is to whiteness, or what we consider to be whiteness. Kobe Bryant got dark-skinned children, melanated children. Y'all call Sasha Malia black. And President Obama, if you want to be technical about it, part white, part black, right? So why do this now? See, what we do is we jump on bandwagons and we think, ooh, I want to be heard. I want to be able to say what I want to say. Y'all didn't say nothing about Kobe's relationship Saturday. Y'all didn't bring up anything about that case from 2003 Saturday or Sunday. They tried to bring it up in 2018, but it fell flat. 2019, it was like they was about to bring it out. And if Kobe survived, at some point it would have been brought back up. But now they're doing it while he's dead because now they know the family and them are going to be looking. But guess what? We're going to be looking. And if I was Vanessa, once you get to this grieving process, anybody says anything negative about her husband or insinuate anything, put a lawsuit on. That's what Janet Jackson did. Janet Jackson and her brother Randy got tired of them talking about their family when they were trying to make like Janet was beating up on Michael Jackson's daughter or yelling at her, and Janet again got her lawyers. They backed off real quick. It's time that we in the community start dealing with the self-hate and the opportunities of behavior, but we also got to call out when people outside our community constantly disrespect us in life and death. But sisters, this is not time for y'all to do this. And some of you brothers out here, don't do this. Don't. This is why when something happens, everybody look at us like, why y'all complaining? We don't do that with no other group of people. Now, let me say this before I go. I'm not saying all black women engage in this behavior. As I said before, there are a lot of sisters out here who are repulsed by this behavior. And we need more black women to call out these other black women. And you ain't got to say their names. People figure out that you're talking about black women and about certain black women in general. I don't want no beef starting out here on social media. But we need to call out that behavior. Stop emulating white supremacist females. Because when their men die, they don't do this. Remember Eddie Griffin said, they don't want us to leave here clean. Let Kobe Bryant rest. Let his daughter rest. Let his family grieve. Let his friends grieve. Let his fans grieve. If y'all want to revisit some of these topics, let's do it a year from now, 2 years from now. But don't do it now. It's inappropriate.